What's going on, everyone? Today we have a review of the Mitsuki the Void glass pad, or the Koku. And before I get into the surface and the performance of the pad, I kind of just wanted to go through the initial specs. So it comes in at 500 by 450. It's 2.5 millimeters thick, and the glass itself is 1.5 millimeters. The edges have a slightly rounded kind of finish. So around the pad kind of slopes off, which makes the pad feel nice. It feels premium. The base is using a full silicone base, and I will say that once it is on, I mean, if you fully put it on, you're not going to have the pad move a whole lot or at all unless you were actually putting physical force up against the pad. The main thing that I wanted to talk about, though, is really just the surface and the performance of the pad. So this is a speed pad. It is slightly textured and coated, and really the experience that you're going to get from using this pad is going to be very skate dependent. So the first thing I used was the XM2. I was using the Jade Donuts, and the Jade Donuts feel really fast. They don't feel as precise, and it really is combining speed with speed. So you're going to have a lot of speed, not a whole lot of stopping power. Whenever you combine, at least from my experience, the Jade Donuts and the pad. The one thing I did want to mention is, at least in terms of Jades, I was using or am using the Jade Ultras on the Super Strike. It's still fast, but it just felt significantly more comfortable. It provided more stopping power. Overall, it just felt more locked in. It felt more stable. It felt more precise, and really just more comfortable using the full skates on this pad. And that really brings me to the two main mice that I've been using. And the initial skates that I was using were the Obsidian Dots, the originals, not the pros, or the airs, sorry. And the original Obsidians, they perform really well, but you can feel a lot more of the texture and the glide. Feels slightly rough compared to what you're provided with the Cyclones that they give you. And really, from all the other skates that I tested, there's a reason that they give you the Cyclones instead of anything else. The Cyclones just make this pad, because it does have a slight texture. The Ghost Glides or the Cyclones really pair really well with the texture of the pad. Because you can still feel the texture as you're moving the mouse around. You could still feel it, but compared to the Obsidians again, you could feel it was rough in the glide. Not bad, but it was just, you could feel as you're moving the mouse around, you could feel in the glide that there was a little bit of roughness as you're moving. Whereas the Cyclones, you could feel the texture, but that roughness is gone, which makes the Cyclones really just perform the best on this pad, because it makes just the overall movement and glide of the mouse just that much smoother. So really overall, whenever I was using this pad, the main thing that I kind of recognized is from day one, I've used and tested a lot of glass pads, and depending on when you get them, whether it's a control glass or a balance glass, a speed glass, they kind of all fall in different spots, obviously, from the speed spectrum. But the main thing is, does it feel comfortable moving from cloth to glass? I mean, if you're using cloth for an extended period of time, if you grab a glass pad, is it going to be an easy transition? And for this, I can absolutely say yes, especially if you're using the Cyclones that come with it. Really, from day one, I had mentioned this in my original X post, but from using a Neptune Pro probably for like 3 to 4 weeks, and switching to this just felt smooth. It felt like a super easy transition, and I just felt really comfortable moving from the Neptune to this. It didn't feel like it felt too fast. It didn't feel like I was losing control. It didn't feel like I wasn't as precise in my aim. It just felt like a really easy and smooth transition. So that's really the main thing that I really liked about this pad. Really, from day two, even using the Obsidians, like I said, it did have a little bit of roughness in the glide, but it felt just really easy to move from the Neptune Pro over to the Void and the Koku. So, with that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comment section down below, and I will catch you all next time. Start a riot.